A highly recruited athlete out of Sarnia St. Pat's, Chris Curran became a starter in his first game in a Mustang uniform. As a freshman, he also picked up the nickname the Colonel, partly because of his mustache, but more because of his vocal support. "I was a holler guy," Curran explained. The rest of the guys started asking, "What do you think you are, a colonel or something?" Head coach Darwin Samodia explained further. He says with enthusiasm, and that enthusiasm is infectious. The 1976 team would reach the Vanier Cup finals. Chris Curran's performance in that game remains as one of the best ever in the storied annals of Western football history. The Mustangs were trailing 13-7 at halftime. Axeman All-Canadian receiver Bob Stracina had 189 receiving yards at the break, and the Mustang defense was desperate. The Mustang coaching staff decided to switch freshman Curran to cover Stracina with a physical bump and run coverage. In the second half, Curran held Stracina to 32 yards, propelling the Mustangs to a 29-13 come-from-behind Vanier Cup victory. Coach Samodiuk said, "Chris really handled it well. He's an unusual freshman, and it takes unusual freshmen to play that kind of game." By the 1977 season, Curran had become a cornerstone of the Mustang secondary from the monster back position. He helped lead the Mustangs to the West Division Final, where they defeated Wilfrid Laurier 22-17 in a great defensive game, laying partial claim to the Yates Cup. Hosting the Forest City Bowl at Little Stadium in the national semifinal, the Mustangs defeated the Calgary Dinosaurs 24-22, earning the right to defend their Vanier Cup title. The 1977 College Bowl would be a replay of the 76 game, Western versus Acadia, except in this case, it turned out to be a 48-15 thrashing, making the Mustangs back-to-back national champions. Coach Haler said of Curran, his ability to cover the best receivers man-to-man were exceptional, as were his zone coverage skills. Perhaps most notable, however, was Chris' ability to support the run and make tackles, a testimony to his physical play and toughness. As a result, he was voted an OQIFC West First Team All-Star Award in 1978. Teammate Dmitry Kurilski said of Curran, his ferocious hits, especially when he came up to fill in on the run, set an example for the rest of the teammates in the backfield. He intimidated them with his presence, and most importantly, his rocking hits along with a good share of pass knockdowns or interceptions. At the conclusion of his third year, he was drafted in the second round of the CFL draft by the BC Lions and was chosen to play in the 1979 Cam-Ann Bowl game, a match between a CIAU hand-picked All-Canadian team against American NCAA Division I players. Returning for his senior season, Curran was voted team captain of the 1979 squad and also repeated as a first-team league all-star at defensive back. Teammate Kurilski spoke of Curran's leadership abilities. Never a negative word was spoken by him in the huddle or on the sideline. When needed, he implored us in the most positive terms to rise to the occasion, especially in close contests and in situations where we needed to overcome adversity. The 1979 team upset the number 1 ranked Laurier squad 28-12 in the West Division Final and placed the Mustangs in the national semifinal against the East Division champion Queens Gales. The game would also serve as a Yates Cup championship game. Unfortunately, Curran was struck down by a knee injury and had to lead from the sideline as the Mustangs captured another Yates Cup title that put Western back in the College Bowl championship, where Acadia would finally triumph over the Mustangs. Winning 3 Yates Cups and 2 national championships in his 4 years at Western, Curran graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree. His drive and creativity has made him a key component of a large family construction business that's been an industrial leader in the Sarnia-Lambton region for over 60 years. Teammate Greg Marshall reminisced about Chris Curran, the football player. Chris was a true leader. He was a captain in every sense of the word. He played with intensity, emotion, and his physical play set the tone in every game he played. When I think of a Western Mustang, I think of the Colonel, dedicated, unselfish, and totally committed to the team. Chris Curran, a Mustang legend.